Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gallagher Playground, home of Pine Hill Baseball. This is the 68th year of the Lynn City Series. They've been getting together since 1951, where there were only two teams in the city, East Lynn, West Lynn. I know because I played for West Lynn back in those days, even though I was an East Lynner. They fouled up putting me in West Lynn. So 68 years there have been Little League champions playing off against each other. It's multiplied. At one point there were 7 leagues in the city. There were Central and 2 Westland teams. One of the Westland teams, Westland National, and Central bowed out. So they're down to 5. 2 of them are here tonight, Lynn Shore, East Lynn. Pine Hill lost to Westland last night, and Wyoming was the team that drew the bye. They'll be playing tomorrow as they go through the weekend. The Shore team doesn't have to worry about substitutions because they only got 9 players. The Mets have 10, so their one sub that they have has to play an inning in the field and get an at-bat. If you have 12 or more, the sub only has to get an at-bat. Less than 12, they have to get an inning out on the field and an at-bat. Gio Batista on the mound for Lynn Shore. They're discussing that attendance is dropping and they may have to redistrict the city and Jonas Augusta will lead off for the Shore Braves. High for a ball. Actually, this is Juriel Benson on the mound. I went to the wrong team. Big, tall right-hander, considering that most of the players on these league teams look like a Walt Disney character. They're very small, not overly big. Chased that pitch, was way out of the strike zone. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The hard part for one of these teams is they'll drop into the losers bracket and it's hard to come all the way back. Hit in the air, that's going to drop for a base hit. It gets by the left fielder. And in with a double is Augusti. Gio Batista, the pitcher, can help himself here. There's only one umpire. The reason the game here at Pine Hill is Pine Hill won the championship last year. In the first strike, Rich Avery and his Pine Hill team were the 2018 city champions. Down and away for a ball. Johnny Cruz is doing the catching for Benson. Swing and a miss. Threw it in on his hands. He swung right through it. And the count goes 1-2. We were able to grab a spot out in the shade, which is great because there's a little bit of a breeze blowing. That one goes to the backstop. The runner's going to go to third. And they throw it in the left field. He's going to score. So Augusti manufactures a run. He gets a double. Goes to third on the wild pitch. Scores on the error. And with one hitter, Shore has grabbed a 1-0 lead. Down and in for a ball. Count goes full, 3-2. And he walks him. Jaden Mojica, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Hitting from the left side. They have to worry about the pitch count as well. Pitch is over but low for a ball. Difficult for some of these teams because it's been a long season. Then they had the Williamsport tournament. And stealing second base is Batista. So when it comes time for these games, a lot of the parents have said, summer's almost over, we want to get a vacation. So some of the players are not here for some of these teams. That's why Shore only has 9 players and Mets only have 10. West Lynn playing yesterday only had 9. They won, but they only had 9 players. Chase, that pitch was way over his head. Benson got a lot of help on that pitch. And the count evens at 2. Hit in the left field for a base hit. They're going to score the runner. On the throw to the plate. The hitter will go to second. So 3 hitters, they've scored 2 runs. Anderson Dela Cruz, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Big kid for Little League. Big strike zone for Benson. In for a strike. So the stolen base paid off. He was able to score in the hit when they threw the ball home. Mojica went to second base. Still nobody out. 2 runs in. A runner at second for Lynn Shore. Wide for a ball. Last time he pitched him the stretch, this time it's going to be a full windup. In for a strike, and they steal third base. Oh, Lynn Shore is running in this first inning. Lynn Shore did not put a team in the Williamsport tournament. And that's one of the problems we have with maybe redistricting and making the zones bigger so they can get more players. Swing and a miss for strike 3 for the first out. Threw it way up and in. He went for it. Swung right through it. Daniel Fuentes, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. Nice stop by the catcher. Cruz keeps the runner at third base.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Way up and in, almost hit him. Down and away for a ball. 3-1 the count to the Shore shortstop. And second walk in the inning. So first and third with one out. Jasmine Chun brings the trip out to the mound. And are we going to get a change? A double, a wild pitch, a throwing error, got him the first run. Walk, stolen base, pace hit, got the second run. Strikeout, put in another walk. And they stay with Benson.
You can't come over here like that and not leave one. Wow. I'm coming over to the tent in a minute. This is what happened.
In for a strike. They send the runner now. They get the runner picked off and they throw it away. All the way down the outfield. Everybody's going to score. They gave the runner second, the runner at third. They threw it back to the pitcher. So the runner steals second base. The runner scores on the error. Fuentes comes around and scores on the error. So 5 hitters have batted, 4 of them have scored. That one goes to the backstop. They had the runner at third picked off. They threw it way over the third baseman's head and went all the way down the left field foul area. Fuentes was able to scoot. He was on the move anyway, stealing second base. He was able to score easily. Down and away for a ball. Benson has thrown a lot of pitches here in this first inning. There's still only one out. In for a strike. The count evens at 2. Strike 3 called. Looked like he took something off and dropped it in. So both outs have been strikeouts. Frankie Reyes, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Oh, and had a duck out of the way of that one. That was a little bit inside over his head. Almost hit him. In for a strike. 1-1 the count. Quickly 1-2 as he takes the pitch right down the middle. Reyes is the 7th hitter in the inning. 4 of them have scored. High and tight for a ball. And we get our first deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the first. Lynn has jumped out quickly thanks to a couple of big errors. They put 4 on the board. Down and away. So he was ahead of Reyes on the count. Now he has to come in with a pitch. I'll put him on. Takes call, third strike. So he strikes out the side, but in between, gives up a couple of walks, a couple of hits. There were 2 big errors. And Shaw put 4 on the board. Both walks scored. 2 errors accounted for 3 runs. And they put 4 on the board. 35 pitches he threw in the first inning. He'll be over the pitch count in the second inning. For the Eastland Mets, I didn't do this for the show, but I'll do it next inning. It's Julius Soto, the shortstop, leading off. Kostas Aline, the second baseman, will bat second. Turiel Benson, the pitcher, hits third. Wilfredo Perez will play third and bat fourth. Batting fifth and playing left field, Nate Condi. The right fielder, Nico Cintron, will hit sixth. Batting seventh and playing first base, Jojo Hernandez. The catcher, Johnny Cruz, will hit number 8. And batting ninth and playing center field is Kyle Richardson. And I'll mention their sub because they only have one. Eric Salazar is their sub. So Eastland's got some catching up to do. Before Baptista throws a pitch, he's got a 4-0 lead going into the second inning.
Tomorrow we'll find out what time Sunday we play. I don't know what time you guys are coming back Sunday. 5:45 tomorrow.
We mentioned this is the 68th year of City Series in the city of Lynn. Julius Soto, the shortstop for Eastland, will try to get it going as they spotted Lynn Shaw 4 in the top of the first inning.
On the mound first for the Lynn Shaw Braves will be number 6, Gio Batista. Batting first for the Eastland Mets will be number 19, Julius Soto.
Soto, the shortstop, leads it off against Gio Batista. Hit on the ground by the first baseman. First baseman over to get the ball, couldn't play it. Second baseman had it, but there was nobody covering first base. So we'll give Soto an infield hit. Madden could have made the play, but Mojica, the first baseman, went too far trying to get the ball, couldn't get back to the bag. Hit in the air behind third base. It's going to drop for a base hit. Soto had to wait to see if the ball would be caught, and he gets to second base. So back-to-back hits for Eastland, puts runners at first and second with nobody out. And Benson, the pitcher, can help himself. Throws right, bats left. That one goes to the backstop.
Oh, he got under it.
Wow. That's the evils of one umpire. They called him out at third base. The runner is still at third. The coach is not went to talk about it. They tagged him very high, but they call him out.
He waited too long to go though too. He left late.
So now it's a runner at second. Off the catcher's glove. The wild pitch will move the runner to third. So Shore got a break on that play. They tagged him very high. Looked like from here, like he was in the underneath, but the one umpire, all he knows was the ball got there before he did, and he called him out. In for a strike. 2-1 the count. Hit high in the air. That's a foul ball, I think. Nice play by the left fielder making the catch. They don't tag up. Frankie Reyes makes the nice play for the second out. Sky high, that was foul, or it was right on the foul line, but Reyes made the play. They didn't tag the runner up from third. Wilfredo Perez, the third baseman, hits it off the pitcher's glove. The error is going to allow it to run the score. Looked like they were going to get out of the inning, but the error extends the inning. Eastland gets on the board. Nate Condy, the hitter, swings and misses at the first pitch.
Tell them to send their kids prepared with a towel anyway. If we get a bucket of ice or something, you know what I mean? But tell them to pack a little cooler ice.
In for strike two. High inside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Swings through for strike three. So they almost get out of it, sure, without giving up a run, but the error gives one. We finish an inning here. Eastland crawls back a little bit as they make it 4-1 in favor of Shore at the end of one full inning. We'll start the second inning. 8-9-1 for Lynn Shore. Josiah Madden, the second baseman, will lead it off. He's got a strike zone of a postage stamp. Got to be almost picture perfect to throw a strike here. Hit foul.
Now batting for Lynn Shore, number 1, Josiah Madden.
Éntralo más, éntralo. There you go.
Picked off by the pitcher.
Now batting for Lynn Shore, number 4, Julian Rodriguez.
Stay alive, Wilfredo. Let's go, Julius. Let's go.
Hey, I just looked up. The brackets are filled out.
Go, Gabriel. You're ready.
If we win tomorrow, we play Sunday.
High and tight for ball, 1-1.
Check out the brackets.
High and tight again, 2-1. Vincent threw 35 pitches in the first inning, so he's going to be done for a while after this game. He's going to certainly reach the pitch count. in for a strike. Count evens at 2. In for strike 3. Two quick outs in the second. Fourth strikeout for Benson. Jonas Agasti. He led off the game with a double. Went to third in a wild pitch and scored on an error. Hit to the first baseman. And he makes the play unassisted. So a quick 1-2-3 inning, a little bit different than the first inning.
Let's go. Attaboy.
I said I would do it at the start of this inning. I got waylaid before I did it, so I'll do it now. I'll give you the lineup for the Braves, even though it's the Mets hitting. Jonas Augusti, the catcher, leads off. Gino Batista, the pitcher, hits number 2. Batting third and playing first, Jaden Mojica. The third baseman, Anderson De La Cruz, hits in the cleanup spot. The shortstop, Daniel Fuentes, hits number 5. Josman Chun, the center fielder, hits 6th. Batting 7th and playing left field, Frankie Reyes. The second baseman, Josiah Madden, hits number 8. And Julian Rodriguez, the right fielder, hits number 9. For the Eastland Mets in the bottom of the second, it will be 6, 7, and 8. Nico Cintron, Jojo Hernandez, Johnny Cruz, facing Gio Batista starting his second inning. Would have had a little more comfortable inning, but he made an error himself to allow a run and extend the inning. Opening game last night, it was West Lynn in a very good game, knocking off defending 2018 City Series champion Pine Hill 3-1. So West Lynn moves out in a winner's bracket. Pine Hill, if they want to go 2 years in a row, they'll have to fight their way out of the loser's bracket, which is no easy task, especially with the weather the way it's supposed to be. So, Nico Cintron will lead off for East Lynn. Up and away for a ball. Chase, that pitch was way over his head. Didn't chase that one. It's 2-1. Likes that high pitch. Fouls it back to even the count at 2.
Down. Suelta.
High for a ball, the count goes full. So he's been selective on which high pitches he wants to swing at. Way inside for strike 3 on the inside corner. He was on his way to first base.
Up next for Eastland, number 10, Jojo Hernandez.
2 strikeouts in a row by Batista. 1 to end the first, 1 to start the second. Threw it right over the head of Jojo Hernandez, the first baseman. Popped up, foul territory. Nice play by the first baseman. Jaden Mojica. Very nice play.
Now batting for Eastland, number 8, Johnny Cruz.
2 up, 2 down. Johnny Cruz, the catcher, will be the hitter.
Suelta, suelta, suelta.
High and tight for a ball. So after throwing 35 pitches in the first inning, Benson only threw 7 in the second inning.
Good pitch.
Just got a pitch, a piece, and fouled it off. And the count's even at a ball and a strike. High and tight for a ball. Fouled off the catcher's glove. And the count goes 1-2.
Same thing, Maduro.
What are you gonna do over there? No.
And that hit him. So Eastland gets a base runner with 2 outs. Kyle Richardson, the center fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. I was talking to his father, who was reminiscing about when he played. High and tight off the catcher's glove. That'll move the runner down. So a runner in scoring position for Eastland.
No te duermas ahí, Johnny, oíste, si se le va te va de una vez.
In for a strike, 1-2.
Agresivo todo el tiempo. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Way high for a ball. And we got another deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in inning number 2. Way up, the count goes full. So the hit batsman extends the inning, also extends the pitch count for Batista, and extends it even more now with another walk. So first and second for the top of the order, Julius Soto, who got a base hit. His first time up, he dumped one in the left field. High for a ball.
Ven. Ponte agresivo, Johnny, oíste, let's go.
Hit foul out of play into the trees behind the shore dugout. 2 on, 2 out here in the second inning. 4-1, Lynn Shore. That one goes to the backstop, so the runners will move up. It makes it a little more difficult for the defense. They have to go to first base. They don't get a force at any base down on a ground ball. 2-1 the count. 3-1 the count as it's over the head of Soto. Hit in the left center field for a base hit in the gap. Around first, he's going to keep going. In with a triple. A big 2-out hit by Soto. So they've closed the gap to 4-3, and they have the tying run at third base with 2 out. Procious Elaine got a base hit and scored a run in the first inning. High and tight for a ball. So the hit batsman extended the inning. The walk extended further. And it gave Soto a chance, and he took advantage of it with a big triple into the left center field gap all the way to the fence. To the backstop. Not able to go home. It's got that rubber mat, kind of deadens the ball. It's got to bounce down the third or first base line to have any kind of shot to try and score from third. Swing and a miss. And we got another deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, in inning number 2. Swing and a miss. He gets him. But damage done before he gets him. A hit batsman, a walk, put 2 on, and Soto brought them both in with a big triple. We've completed 2 here at Gallagher Park in this City Series game. It's now Lynn Shore 4, East Lynn 3. We'll start at the top of the third. East Lynn has cut into that margin and now down only a run. Shore will have 2, 3, and 4. Gio Batista, the pitcher. Jaden Mojica, Anderson, Dela Cruz, 2, 3, and 4. To face Terrell Benson, the pitcher, starting his 3rd inning of work. He's over 40 on the pitch count. And that's mainly the first inning when he threw 35. And that's a little bit inside and high. It goes over his head and hit the backstop on the fly. Inside and tight. 3-1 the count. Solid shot by first base foul. Sliced it foul and the count goes full. And it's ball 4. Jaden Mojica got a single, knocked in a run, and scored a run. He was the first one to score in that era. He was actually picked off first base. Third base, excuse me, and he threw the ball over the third baseman's head. He scored, and the runner behind him scored. It looked like Shaw had run the perfect play. With the runner stealing second, they threw a rocket back to the pitcher, and the runner at third, thinking the ball was going to second, took off. They had him way off the bag, an easy out, and they just threw it over the third baseman's head. High and tight. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. to the shore first baseman. Bats left, throws left. Hit back to the mound. They hold the runner at second. Nice job. Good job by Benson. Took a good look at the runner, froze him, pushed him back to the bag, and then threw Mojica out. So one away. Anderson De La Cruz struck out swinging in the first inning. Well, that pitch hit the backstop on the fly, and he swung at it for strike one. Boy, they love that high pitch. An extra bat to try and reach that one. Popped up to the first baseman. Hernandez makes the play. 2 away in the top of the third.
Now batting for Lynn short, number 9, Daniel.
Daniel Fuentes drew a walk, and he was in the back end of that era that scored him and the runner ahead of him. And his run is the difference. He made it 4-0. East Lynn's come back to cut it to 4-3. Off to catch his glove, the high pitch. So a walk and 2 out pitches put the runner at third with 2 outs. Pop foul into the trees. Off to the right field side. In for a strike, and we got another deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. The 2-2 pitch up and coming. Strike 3 called. So the leadoff walk doesn't hurt. Made it to third base, but didn't go any further. 5 strikeouts for Benson through 3 innings. And Eastland will see what they can do about that 1-run deficit. They'll have 3, 4, and 5 in the middle of their order up. Gerald Benson, Wilfredo Perez, Nate Condy.
After the top of the third inning, Eastland's number 12.
Soto got that big triple after a hit batsman and a walk, extended the inning to get Eastland back within 1. And Benson has now gone over 50 pitches. He's thrown 51. He'll lead it off. He flied out to left field. I thought he was going to an RBI with the runner at third, but they didn't tag the runner up from third. But then there was an error on the pitcher that got the run in anyway. So we have Eastland, Westland, Pine Hill, Wyoming, Shore, the 5 teams competing in this 2019 Lynn City Series. Williamsport tournament is exciting, it's great, but it takes way too much. You're going to have exceptional talent through your league, through each tournament. You're going to win your area, then you're going to win the division, then you're going to win the states, then you have to go to the regionals, and it goes on forever, and you have to be almost more lucky than good. Saugus team did it once, went deep, went to the World Series. The first Eastland team went in Connecticut 1 game away from going to the World Series. But it's awful tough. That makes this far more important, the Lynn City Series. Far more important. You're not going to remember any of the Williamsport tournament games you played, especially if you lost them. But you're going to remember the City Series. Into left field for a base hit. It's going down in the corner. Rounding second, going to hold up there with a double. So Benson goes the other way. He went the other way twice. He flied out to left field. Now he hits a shot into the left field corner. And Eastland has the tying run at third base. So years from now, your friends you made and the people you played against, most these kids maybe go to school with each other, know each other. They remember this will be like Thanksgiving Day with the football teams or English classical playing anything. You remember those games, and they'll remember these. And it'll be one of those. Remember when we beat you at Pine Hill in the City Series? Off the catcher's glove, he can't find it in the dirt. That's going to move the tying run over to third with nobody out. We mentioned before, the winner will go into the winner's bracket. Already there is Westland with a win. Already there is Wyoming, who drew the bye this year. In for a strike. The loser of this will join Pine Hill in the loser's bracket with a long road to hoe to get back to the championship final. Slices it over the short dugout into the trees, out of play. Those baseballs just get lost over there because there's a lot of poison ivy over there and nobody's going to go chase them. Hit in the air. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Keeps going. He winds up at second base. Back-to-back doubles. And we're dead even. We started even. And we're back even. 4-4. Here in the bottom of the third. Nate Condy was a strikeout victim his one trip. Hits it up in the trees. They're going to lose a lot of baseballs over there. If they ever get rid of the poison ivy, they could probably find 600 dozen baseballs over there. Popped up. It's going to go out of play. That one they might get back. That one they did get back. 0-2 the count to the Eastland left fielder. Goes to the backstop. The runner's going to go to third. Second time in the inning they've had a runner at third. This time it's the go-ahead run. Last time was the tying run. Perez was at third, knocked Benson in. Now they look to put the ball in play and give Eastland a lead, their first lead. After falling behind 4-0 in the top of the first. High for a ball, evens the count at 2. Hit foul off the backstop. Condy staying alive. In for strike 3. Nice pitch. Fourth strikeout for Batista.
Now batting for Eastland, number 11, Eric Salazar.
Eric Salazar will hit for the first time. Ball off the catcher's glove. The runner coming home, and he gets in for the run. So 2 doubles, 3 wild pitches, and Lynn gets their first lead at 5-4. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. To Eric Salazar, the pinch hitter, for Nico Cintron. In for a strike. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for the 2 outs, but before that there were back-to-back doubles with 3 wild pitches. Jojo Hernandez, the first baseman, popped to first as 1 trip. Up and away for a ball. Knocked down by the pitcher. Safe at first base. He'll reach on the error. Nice pick at first base by Mojica. Bobbled it. Couldn't get a hold of it. When he finally did, threw it in the dirt. Mojica made a great pick, but too late. Second error by Shore. First one was costly. Johnny Cruz started the 2-run uprising in the second, getting hit by a pitch. Came around to score 1 of the 2 runs. Swings and misses at the pitch. All these teams playing, this is not all-stars. These are the teams that won their respective leagues, league champions. So they've already played very well. 2 quick strikes. Hit foul off the backstop. Way wide, the runner takes off. In with a stolen base.
Good try. Go, Johnny.
Way high. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss. So he strikes out the side. But he gave up those back-to-back doubles and 3 wild pitches, and that gave East Lynn 2 more runs. They've scored in every inning, and they take their first lead of the game. We're halfway through the ball game. It's East Lynn 5, Lynn Shore 4. Eric Salazar, who pinched hit, will stay in the game in right field. Benson will start his 4th inning of work. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for sure, who find themselves trailing for the first time. Josman Chun, the center fielder, was called on strikes First time up. Solid shot, foul.
Now batting for Lynn Shaw, number 10, Jasmine Chung.
Hit all of that one, ripped it, and just got out far enough in front of it to pull it foul. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike, 1-2. Benson has settled down after that first inning. He's only given up one base runner. Swing and a miss. Six strikeouts for Benson. He's retired 9 out of 10. In for a strike. Frankie Reyes, the left fielder, was called on strikes his first trip. Hit off the fence to protect the shore dugout. Strike 3 called. 3 straight strikeouts, 1 to end the third, 2 to start the fourth. 7 strikeouts for Benson, who has really settled down. Josiah Madden, the second baseman, is the hitter. Up and away for a ball. And I mentioned before, this strike zone is about the size of a postage stamp. He had a little pop-up that Benson, going toward the plate, picked it off the grass for an out. High for a ball. Benson trying to aim it a little bit to throw a strike. In for a strike, 2-1. Way over his head, way inside. He swung through it. Helped Benson greatly on that pitch, and we got deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We've had this quite a bit. And call 3 strikes. So he strikes the side off for the second time. This time he does it 1, 2, 3.
After the top of the fourth inning,
8 strikeouts for Benson. And for Eastland in the fourth, it'll be 9, 1, and 2. While I have a minute, I would like to extend my thoughts and my prayers out to Dougie Mullins, the baseball coach at Lynn English he went in for. Shoulder surgery and wound up having cancer, and he's having a really difficult time, and they're having a benefit for him tonight. He's a terrific gentleman. He did a great job with English. He does a great job with the kids. He coached the Legion team before. He was a very good athlete himself. He's a terrific young man. He does a lot for the youth in the community. And it's just a shame. My thoughts and my prayers go out that he survives and gets through this and battles through and is back on his feet. He's got a lot of friends, family, loved ones praying for him, wishing him the best. And you can't wish a better guy than Dougie. So we hope he gets through this and gets back on his feet and gets back doing the great things he does for the community and the kids of the community. So it would be nice if you could remember Dougie Mullins in your thoughts and your prayers. 5-4. Eastland leading going into the bottom of the fourth inning.
Go, Kyle. Get it started, Kyle.
9-1-2. Kyle Richardson, the center fielder, will lead it off.
That's how it is with us. That's why usually we have Gary there. We just didn't get Gary.
Wide for a ball. Sure, erupted for 4 in the first inning, 2 coming on a major error by Eastland, and they haven't scored since. They've only had 1 base runner since. High and tight for a ball. Meanwhile, Eastland scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, on a big triple by Soto, and then back-to-back doubles by Benson and Perez, throwing 3 wild pitches, and they got 2 and got the lead 5-4. Hit, foul ball.
What's the name of you guys' field that you play on?
On the Parkland Ave.
Cruz was very quickly on top of that ball. Excuse me, Augusti was quickly on top of that ball, looking to throw him out. Hit into left field for a base hit. So Richardson gets the first hit since the first inning. Only the second base runner.
Now batting number 19, Julius Soto.
Julius Soto has singled and tripled in 2 runs. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI as he fouls it into the trees. I made a mistake of Richardson gets the base hit. It's the Shore team that hasn't got a hit since the first inning and had only 1 base runner. Hit into center field for a base hit. Richardson is going to turn and go to third. Soto's got his 3rd hit. Eastland trying to put a little bit of daylight between them and Lynn Shore. High for a ball. Koshish Elaine, the second baseman, singled and scored. Last time up, he struck out swinging. Soto steals second base. They let him go. Hit high in the air to center field. Catch is made. The runner tags up and will score. Orlean did what he had to do. Gets the sacrifice fly. Nice play by Jasmine Chun, the center fielder. So Richardson got the leadoff hit, hustled the third on the base hit by Soto, and that sets up the run that pushes Eastland a little further ahead at 6-4. Boyd still has 5, but they scored on the play. Now they put up 6. They must have heard me. In for a strike on the corner.
Oh yeah, that was a nice play.
Let's go, Johnny. Give it a ride, kid.
This is Sherelle Benson. Foul ball. Batista let it roll foul, then picked it up. Sherelle Benson flied to left, double to left. Scored the run that tied it. And he's really settled down, as I mentioned, on the mound since the first inning. Wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Popped up. First baseman makes the diving catch. They double him off at second base. It's a force out. They don't have to tag him. Nice play by the first baseman Mujica over to the shortstop Fuentes to catch. Soto got way off the bag on the pop-up. The diving catch by Mujica started the double play. That gets them out of damage, further damage, but they got the 1 run. They pushed that lead now to 2. We finished 4 innings here at Gallagher Park in the City Series tournament game. It's now Eastland 6, Shore Braves 4. Moving right along into the top of the 5th. Benson will start the 5th. I think he's got. I think this is the last batter. I think if he throws 2 pitches and they swing at the first 2 pitches and get outs, which can't happen now, he would be done. He's way up there. Batista is way up there in pitches.
Now batting for the Braves,
Low for a ball.
Rodriguez.
Julian Rodriguez was called out on strikes. 1 trip. Benson had that tough first inning. Swing and a miss. Gave up 4 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 errors. One of them his error. That's where most of his pitches came from. In for a strike, it's 2-2.
See that Fenway Park? I almost got stuck.
This will definitely be his last inning. High for a ball, it goes 3-2. This is 9-1-2. I thought that was ball 4. He stayed in the batter's box. It is ball 4. So Rodriguez draws the walk. That gets Shore to bring up the tying run.
Now batting Jonas Augusti.
Jonas Augusti doubled and scored. Bounced to the first baseman. Chased that pitch. They loved that high pitch. Benson had retired 6 in a row before the walk. 11 out of 12 since that first inning. He really settled down. Down and away for a ball. hit back to the mound. They get one, they don't get two. They throw it away, the runner's off to second base, and he's going to get there. So they get the first runner. Play goes 1-6 for the out. And the error on the throw allows Augusti to go to second base. And I would think that this would probably be his last hitter. Gio Batista has walked twice and scored a run. So he hasn't been up officially, but he scored a run. In for a strike. They'd like to get that runner in from second base to make the sixth inning a little more meaningful if they don't get any more here. Inside and tight for a ball. Seeing low for a ball. Count evens at 2. They get 2 outs on the board, but there's nobody out. Oh, there's only 1 out. Fishing for a ball. Runner will go to third off the catcher's glove. So the tying runs are on base. That's going to be it for Benson. They'll have to make a change. After that first inning, he did very well. He was at 11 out of 12 before he walked Rodriguez to start the inning. We'll have a few changes for East Lynn. First baseman. Oh, shoot. Is it the catcher? Benson's going to go to shortstop.
Now pitching for East Lynn will be number 8, Johnny Cruz.
Cruz is the new pitcher. So I don't know who the catcher is. They didn't announce the catcher. Trying to look by osmosis.
You're really not going to say anything? You're going to speak? You're not going to speak? right there.
I'm going to guess. I don't know if it's Soto behind the plate. Cintron is back in the outfield. It used to be that once you're out of the game, starters could re-enter once, but now they have different rules. So if you're one of the coming off the bench, you get your inning and you're at bat, you can come back in, because now they've got Cintron, who was the right fielder, has come back in the game, and he's playing left field.
Now batting for Lynn short, number 8,
Hit in the air to left field. Drops in for a base hit. Mojica with a big double. And all of a sudden, the tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run is at second base with one out. So we're trying to come back. First time they've scored since the first inning. Hit the short. Took a long time to throw, and now the runner was way off the bag at second base. They didn't bother to get the out. The infield hit by De La Cruz loads the bases with one out. Daniel Fuentes, the shortstop, who was walked and scored and struck out. And that was against Benson.
He even sent Miguel last night, and the guy had the ball with him.
Hit foul off the foot of Fuentes, and it's 1-2. Eastern looked like they padded their lead 6-4 with a run in the fourth. Now they're glad they got it. High and tight for a ball, because that run is now the difference, 6-5. And they've got, Schuler's got the bases loaded with only one out. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout. Two away here. Trusman Chun, the hitter, takes a strike. So Shaw, one swing of the bat for maybe taking the lead. Eastland 1 out away from getting out of it, holding on to a 1-run lead going into the last inning. He called both pitches strikes, 0-2. He struck out twice, once called and once swinging. Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Leaves the bases loaded. But Shore gets back within one again. Big hit by Mojica, the double knocking in the run after an error. But they couldn't get that run in with the bases loaded.
After the top of the fifth, number 8, Johnny.
2 hits in the inning, 2 more strikeouts. 10 strikeouts for East Lynn pitching. 3 big errors, 2 errors in the first, got them 3 runs, and a big error in the 5th, got them another run. 4, 5, and 6 for East Lynn in the bottom of the 5th. This could be Baptista's last inning as well. Wilfredo Perez reached on an error, doubled in a run, and scored a run. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And he'll try to get going something for East Lynn in 5th as they try to get a little bit of insurance. Leading 6-5 as we reach 6th and final inning, at least in regulation. In for a strike.
Number 24, Wilfredo Perez.
Hit foul. 2 quick strikes. That foul tip went off the catcher. Hit foul again. Two strikes to count to the East Lynn third baseman. Yeah, call third strike. Umpire loves that low pitch. Seven strikeouts for Batista, and that he reaches the pitch count. He has to leave, and it looks like the first baseman Mojica is going to be the new pitcher. Nate Conde is struck out twice, one swinging, one called. Bounces for ball one. So Batista went 4 1/3. Gave up 6 runs. And here's Batista making the play unassisted. He gave up 7 hits. He struck out 7. There were 2 big errors. One of them was his. 2 of them were his. And it cost him dearly. He also hit a batter. Two quick strikes. Three quick strikes. So it all boils down to this. We've played this far. We've gone 5 full We're entering the sixth and final inning. Eastland's come all the way back, but they're still up by a big, little skinny run. It's Eastland 6, Lynn Shore 5 at the end of 5. Bottom 3 in the order for Lynn Shore. They need a run. They're down 6-5.
Exactly.
Now batting for Lynn Shore, number 11, Frankie Ray.
Hit foul back out of play by Frankie Reyes, the left fielder, who was struck out twice, both of them called. Hit back to the pitcher. Cruz, who's the new pitcher, makes the play. He came in and got a couple of outs in the 5th.
Now batting for Lynn
Gets the first out in the 6th.
No, para atrás no, ya viene para adelante.
Josiah Madness popped to the pitcher and was called out on strikes. He takes the pitch for a strike. Wide for a ball. Winchell trying to get the tying run on base. One, two, the count. Umpire loves that low pitch, as the hitters like to swing at that high pitch. Almost swung. He just held up. He was going to pull the trigger, and I think the ball was by him as he decided to pull the trigger and held up, and it kind of goes 2-2.
Yeah. Exactly. Like he was feeling.
Hit foul. Madden stays alive at 2-2.
Two guys on. First and second. No outs.
Hit back to the mound again. Another play by Cruz. And we're down to the final out here in the 6th inning. Julian Rodriguez has struck out and walked. And he was the front end of that force at second when they threw the ball away at first. Augusti was able to go to second base and he scored. After a wild pitch, he scored on Mojica's double to get them back within 6-5. So he's going to get on. High for a ball, 1-1. Lynn Shore has a pulse, but it's very faint right here in the 6th inning. Trailing 6-5. Swing and a miss. They're down to their last strike.
Now batting for Lynn Shore, number 4, Julian Rodriguez.
10 strikeouts by Eastland pitching. Up foul. And we get at least one more pitch. Cruz has come on and done a nice job. Benson did a nice job after the first inning. Strike 3 called, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning. So Eastland will move on to the winner's bracket. Lynn Shore will drop down into the loser's bracket with Pine Hill. Looked like it was going to be different the first inning. Augusti got a double, went to third in a wild pitch. They threw it away, trying to get him. Batista drew a walk, stole second. He scored on Mojica's RBI single. He went to second on the throw to the plate, stole third. Fuentes walked. They had Mojica picked off at third. They threw the ball away, and both he and Fuentes scored, and that made it 4-0. Eastland got it going in the first. Soto got a base hit. Aline got a base hit. A wild pitch moved the lane to third. A 2-out error allowed Aline to score, and it was 4-1. They got back in the second inning with 2 outs, a little 2-out lightning. Cruz got hit by a pitch. Richardson walked. Julius Soto got his second straight hit, a 2 RBI triple to make it 4-3. They took the lead, Eastland did, in the third. Benson and Perez got back-to-back doubles, throwing 3 wild pitches. It was 5-4 East Lynn. They made it 6-4 in the fourth. Soto got a base hit. Richardson got a base hit to start the inning. He went to third on Soto's base hit, and Richardson scored what proved to be the winning run on a sacrifice fly by Aline to make it 6-4 at the time. The Braves got a run in the fifth. That infield error allowed Augusti to reach second on the when they got a force out at second. A walk, a wild pitch, and then the double by Mojica made it 6-5. They got another base hit with the bases loaded, but they got 2 big strikeouts to end the inning, and then a 1-2-3 sixth gets East Lynn in the winner's bracket, and it pushes the Shore Braves into the loser's bracket. For the Braves, Augusti had a double, scored 2 runs. Batista pitched well. He had 3 walks. He scored a run. Mojica had a single, a double, 2 RBI, scored a run. Fuentes drew a walk and scored a run. On the other side, Soto had a single, a triple, a single, knocked in 2. Aline had a single, scored a run, knocked in a run. Benson pitched well after that first inning. He got a double and scored. Perez got a double and scored. Hernandez reached on an error. Cruz got hit by a pitch, scored, came in and pitched excellent relief pitching. And then Richardson in the number 9 spot drew a walk, singled, and scored 2 runs. So a good effort by both teams. A close ball game. East Lynn comes out on top. They go 1-0 in the tournament. The Braves go 0-1. A little easier road to hoe for East Lynn so far. Not easy, but easier. The Braves have got a tough road to hoe. They go into the losers bracket. The final score: East Lynn 6, Lynn Shore Braves 5. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.